You guys, the wait is over. Camps start in less than a week. So, which one of those Habs youngins is going to make the biggest splash at rookie camp this year? That's right, the Montreal Canadiens prospects report for rookie camp on Wednesday, September 13th, all for off-ice work, their physicals, their medical examinations. They then jet off to Buffalo, New York, where once again they will participate in the annual prospect tournament. They'll play 3 games against the rookies from Buffalo, from Boston, and from Ottawa before heading back to Brossard to finish rookie camp proper and hopefully get an invite to NHL training camp. So today I'm going to give you my predictions for the 5 rookies who I think are going to make a standout at camp. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to give my prediction on which one I think is the most likely to crack the NHL roster come October. Okay, the first rookie that I think will be a standout at this year's camp shouldn't come as a surprise. It's going to be David Reinbacher. And why is it going to be David Reinbacher? Well, he was selected 5th overall at the draft this year. He's got a lot of fan support, a lot of hype. People are very excited to see him. So for that reason alone, he's going to be a big standout because all eyes are going to be on this young defenseman. For me, I think he's also probably lost a little bit of the nerves that he showed at development camp back in July. While there were aspects of his performance at development camp in July which were impressive, there were also places where you could see that he was nervous and that this was a big spotlight to be in front of. So I'm curious to see if he's been able to gain a little confidence and shake off those first nerves of the summer and really get into the kind of the meat and potatoes of what this young man has to offer. Next, I switch to the forwards, Owen Beck. I think Owen Beck is going to be the forward that is going to knock everybody's socks off at camp this year. He had a strong performance at development camp over the summer. He had an exceptional season in the OHL last year, and I think he's ready to take that next step forward. I imagine a summer of training behind him will make him primed and competitive come this camp, and I think he's going to make big waves on the ice. Next up, back to the blue line, Logan Mailloux. This young man at development camp, heads and shoulders, one of the more mature defensemen that we saw. Another one that probably was even more significantly better than him was Lane Hutson, who will not be at camp since he is playing in the NCAA. Those players do not come to rookie camp. They don't attend rookie camp. It's another reason why I'll be interested to see what David Reinbacher does, because he and Hutson had great chemistry at development camp, and Reinbacher won't have Hutson with him as a pairing during rookie camp, so that's something to keep an eye on. But back to Logan Mailloux, with Lane Hutson not being there, I expect Logan Mailloux to be one of the better defensemen on the team for rookie camp. Absolutely impressed fans, development staff, and coaches and front office execs alike with his play in the past year. Mailloux brings a lot of intensity to his game on the ice, and ask the guys in the OHL that played against him last year. He is not afraid to finish his checks. His hockey IQ and his defensive abilities are at a very high level. Rob Ramage has even said that, and I expect him to make a pretty big splash and be very noticeable in all the right ways at rookie camp this year. Back to the skaters again. Philip Méchar, I think, will have a very interesting camp. Philip Méchar is one of those interesting prospects. He is a first-round draft pick. Last year with Slafkovsky, he was taken towards the end of the first round, and he did come over to North America last year, played in the CHL, played in the OHL actually, and had a decent season. Nothing spectacular, but this is a prospect who is adjusting to the North American game. From what I've seen when I've watched Philip Méchar play, he's got a lot of the right tools in the toolbox to put things together. I think after a summer of training and some work with the development staff, I think that he's going to really try to make a step forward this season at training camp. Finally, my 5th pick is a bit of my sleeper pick, Riley Kidney. Riley Kidney flies a little under the radar a bit because there are so many great prospects that are coming up through the ranks right now, especially newer prospects, but keep an eye on Riley Kidney at this year's rookie camp. When people talk about Riley Kidney, he kind of gets lumped into the same sentence and thought process as Joshua Waugh. For me, it's going to come down to which one of these two kids, Joshua Waugh or Riley Kidney, is going to come out of the gates flying with more compete, because skill-wise, they are similarly matched. I think they're going to be looking out of the corner of their eyes at each other to see which one of them can stand out above the other while also competing with all of the other forwards. I did promise that I was going to make a prediction as to which one of those players I think has the best shot at actually getting an invite to training camp and making the NHL roster on opening night. Before I reveal that, however, if you want to read more about how these prospects performed at development camp back in July, I invite you to click the link above. It'll take you to Rick Stevens' article over at the Hockey News Montreal team site, where he broke down the 5 best performances of rookies at development camp this summer and gave explanations, his analysis, as well as quotes from Rob Ramage. Be sure to check that out and bookmark thn.com/Montreal for all of our Montreal Canadiens and Laval Rocket coverage this coming season. Okay, so which of those 5 do I believe could be the one that actually makes the NHL to start the season? Let's remind ourselves. I said David Reinbacher, Owen Beck, Logan Mailloux, Philip Meshar, and Riley Kidney. Well, for me, it's got to be Owen Beck. Owen Beck has had such strong development over the past year, and I couple that with the fact that really sending him back to junior, I don't believe is going to offer him anything more to learn. He's had that impressive of a development push and a season last year. However, because of his age, he is not eligible to go and play in the AHL yet. So the choice is either play in the NHL this season or go back to the OHL. And I think Owen Beck is going to make a very strong case for himself with the coaching staff and executives with Montreal that he should not go back to junior and that they would be better served by keeping him in the NHL. If you've liked this video, if you're looking forward to seeing more like it every week this coming season, take a second to tap that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, smash that like button, and hey, share this episode on your favorite social media platforms. And hey, did you happen to see that video that the Canadiens put out recently, that behind-the-scenes look leading up to the draft? Well, boy, did some of the Habs scouts get into some not so mildly heated debate about one of the prospects who we aren't going to see at rookie camp this year. And on last week's Canadiens Connection podcast, Rick Stevens and I analyzed and broke down the entire video and got into what this debate was all about and who we thought was on the right side of it. So if you missed that, you should check that out right here, and I'll see you back again next week. Thanks for watching.